Hello everyone, welcome to Code with Wes. In this video, I'll show you a complete hospital management system using PHP, MySQL, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is a real-world project featuring patient management, appointments, pharmacy, laboratory, billing, reporting, secure user authentication, and role-based access control, all powered by a live database. Whether you're a computer science student, an IT student looking for a final year project, a developer searching for ideas, or a clinic interested in hospital management software, this walkthrough will show you how the entire system works. This is the admin side of the hospital management system in PHP. Before we begin, I'd want to point out that all UI elements within the administrator dashboard and throughout the system are actually connected to the database, making all this data real. So I want to show you a few features of the admin. So the first feature is team. This is where the admin can access all dashboards apart from the doctor's dashboard. This is due to the confidential nature between the doctor and the patient, so only the doctor is allowed to log into their dashboard. So we have a users tab. So this is where the admin can add new users and select the role of the user. For now, I want us to create two new users, a receptionist and a doctor, that we're going to use in the next part of the demo. So she's going to be our receptionist, Jane. So we create and activate the account. We add another user. So we have John. By the way, the full source code of the hospital management system is available on the link in the bio, together with the setup instructions and the schema files to the project. So we want John as our doctor. So we can create the user. So back to users, we have two new users, our doctor and our receptionist, John and Jane. We are going to use them in the next part of the demo. So we have billing. This one leads you to the finance dashboard. We are going to cover this later on. We have fee structure. The main idea behind this was to invoice recurring charges like consultation, lab test, a certain test, follow-up visit, but it also has to have conditions. You can't charge consultation twice. So here we have insurance. So the admin and the finance can create a new claim. With your insurance number, patient's details, select the insurance company and create the claim. Once the claim has been created, you wait and admin or finance can accept or reject the claim. So hospital rooms, this is where the admin can expand the hospital depending on the type of room. They can create a new room or a new department within the hospital and the number of rooms that the hospital needs and save the rooms. So these rooms can actually be accessed by the nurses and the doctor's reception during admissions. So the next part is beds. It's basically the same thing as the rooms, but this is beds within the hospital. Also, if the hospital expands, you can have the room that the new beds are going to go to and additional notes about the beds. Okay, so next we have the full reports and analytics. This is the page where you can see what is going on throughout the entire hospital, from the lab consultation, from the doctor's revenue. You can add a filter and filter out a specific date. So basically, this is the page where everything that goes on in the hospital is recorded. So the next is the fingerprint and passkey. So the system allows two modes of authentication. So the first one is password and the next one is fingerprint authentication. So the main role of the admin is to disable fingerprints. So the admin cannot enroll your fingerprint. Fingerprint enrollment is actually done in the user account. So I think that's about it for the admin dashboard. Apart from, we have another feature here called Patient 360. This feature allows different staff members within the hospital to view patient's profile, visits, appointments, billings, and it has to be role based. That means that the doctor cannot access billing, the finance officer cannot view the doctor's comments, the finance cannot book appointments, the reception cannot apply for billing, so it has to have roles too. So I would like us to log back into one of the accounts we created earlier, which is the receptionist's account. Here's the reception module of this PHP MySQL hospital project, My360, based on the reception's roles. So we have a new patient, returning patient, emergency check-in, we can book an appointment. So let's set up a fingerprint first for the reception. Depending on your hardware, face, fingerprint, all biometrics will work. So it's stored successfully. You see we can have the fingerprint ID here. So let's try and log out and log back in. Success. Okay, so I want us to check in a new patient. So we go to queue. So we have our patient Rick Sanchez has been checked in. So the receptionist can assign a room. So we have three actions here. So the first action is to call the patient. We've called the patient to the reception. We've assigned a doctor. This is the doctor account we created earlier, together with the receptionist account. That's John Otieno. And now we can begin consultation. So basically, those are the procedures that will take a patient from the reception to the doctor's office. After logging out from the receptionist dashboard, I'd like us to log into the doctor account we created earlier. So first, let's secure the account, register the fingerprint. So registered and try and log out and log in back in. Okay, so we can start diagnosing our patient Rick Sanchez. So start.
This is the doctor's dashboard in the hospital management
It has
system.
the clinical documentation of the consultation results, the diagnosis, the prescription. We have lab orders, lab results, and previous consultations. So as I see the patient, I'd like to send the patient first to the lab, so the lab can send the results back to me so that I can do a complete diagnostics on the patient. So I'd like them to do these tests. So I've created a lab order which is pending. So let's create a new account for the lab technician. So let's log into the administrator account. I would like us to create a new user. The account is active. Let's create the user. So you can log out.
Now we're on the laboratory section of the PHP system. So we can identify our patient, Rick
Let's
Sanchez.
process it. Can mark it as abnormal. Save the first results. We have a second test. So we have both tests done. You can complete the entire order and send it back to the doctor. So let's log out. Go back in as our doctor. So we have a notification. We can review the results. So the results are back. So now the doctor can complete the patient's diagnostics. We can create a follow-up date, probably sometime next month. So we can save the consultation and we can prescribe medicine for the patient. can probably add some more tablets. So we have the prescription ready, we have the tests ready, so the doctor can make the decision to complete consultation and send the patient to the pharmacy dashboard to collect the drugs. So we need to log out. Let's log in as admin. So the role is a pharmacist. So we can create the account. Back to users. Can log out. Can log in as pharmacist one.
This is the pharmacy module of the complete
We
hospital
can see
management
our
system.
patient, Rick Sanchez. The status is active, so the pharmacist can manage inventory, add more drugs, set the batch number, quantity, the selling price, and then add stock. So the pharmacist basically manages the hospital's inventory. So we can dispense our patient. We can see the drugs that the doctor prescribed. So dispense all remaining medication. We can do that or basically one by one. So medicine dispensed and Rick Sanchez is gone. So from our pharmacist Tim Jones, now we can head over to the accounts. So let's create a new account for billing. Log in as administrator first. So role is the accountant. So we create the user. Back to users, we can log out, log into the accountant dashboard.
Here's the billing and finance section of this PHP MySQL
So
project.
we can find our invoice. This is our invoice for Rick Sanchez. We can review the invoice. So everything the tests, we can finalize the invoice.
So this system supports multiple payment methods, which include cash, insurance, bank transfers, and also M-Pesa. A point to note, lecturers love seeing payment systems integrated in your system. This will earn you high marks in your final year project in IT or computer science. So if you need this complete PHP MySQL hospital project for your final year, the source code is available in the description.
Pay with card. So the payment is successful. You can see the invoice has been generated, so we can print the receipt. So this is the receipt. I would like to complete a pending invoice via M-Pesa. So I'm going to put the phone number that is going to send the push message. Push has been sent.
So this is a real M-Pesa SDK push payment gateway integrated in PHP.
So the payment has been complete. You can print the receipt. So last but not least, we have the patient's portal. So how do we log into the patient's portal? We actually go to the admin so we can check the users. No patient 360. We can open Rick Sanchez. So the patient number is the login number. So we can and the password is the phone number. So this is the patient's dashboard. We have Rick Sanchez. There are no appointments found. This is the visit. It was a walk-in with Dr. John Otieno in consultation room 1. You can see your bill. It's cleared. You can see the lab results, the prescriptions, and the profile.
Thank you for watching. The complete source code of this hospital management system is available in the description below. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe for more student projects. See you in the next one.